Abby Murphy and I'm from Salford Uni. Hi, Ben.
Nice.
Mark, my question's for you. Ella Toone has a reputation for scoring in the big moments, but she's yet to score at Old Trafford. How fitting would it be for her to score in such a big game?
Yeah, I mean, look, Tooney's been great this year. For her to open her account, as you say, at Old Trafford would be great for her. But she should also remember that she has a massive part in the team. So it doesn't matter whether she scores or not, as long as we win the game. I'm sure she'd love to. I'm sure we'd love her to. But her moment will come when that happens, and I'm sure it'll be a special one for her.
Thank you. I'm Vanessa, and I'm from Salford Uni too. A lot of people talk about players' emotions and preparations for games like this. As a manager, how do you feel going into the game, and what do you do to prepare?
Oh, good question. I try to relax as much as possible once a team's named. Up until the team, it's always, because I have people's livelihoods in my hand, and I always take them into account when I'm trying to pick a team. So the team's name now, so I will go home today and I will stay with my family and relax, and then prepare myself tomorrow mentally for a really aggressive challenge. And try and honestly, the more you grab, the harder you grab, the more clouded you become. So you have to stay relaxed, trust your game plan, but be ready to adapt. And that's how I will adapt. I'll spend time with my family because they distract you until the moment comes where you have to be full focus. Thank you.
Hi, my name's Jamie. I'm also from Salford Uni. You've been unbeaten from near the start of the season until the loss against Villa this weekend. How do you plan to regain momentum going into such a big game, especially at Old Trafford in front of all the fans?
It's funny we talk about momentum as being, well, it stops when you lose a game. Momentum is performance. We were second half better than we were first half, so we created a little bit more momentum. I'm not a big believer in confidence. I think it's something that processes can create. I think you can. It's there, but I think you can create it yourself by good behaviours, good process. So I don't think there's a momentum. I think knowing these players and hearing them after the defeat, they know what they've got to do, and they know how hard they've got to do it, and so they're looking forward to it. So I have no doubt that my players will go out there and give absolutely everything. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Kira, also from Salford Uni. Frida, this one's for you. So you've won major titles in the past, as we all know. What would it mean for you personally to help United make a European statement and build something historic?
It would be absolutely amazing. I know this club is pretty young, if I compare with the clubs I've been playing in before. So I think it would be very cool to get this club on the highest level. And as you can see now, this is historical. It's the first time in Champions League, and then continue this journey together with this team. It's also one of the reasons why I wanted to come here to build something and see this club gets better and better for every year. So that would be a dream to continue and hopefully win trophies together with this team.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Frankie Ackley. I'm from the University Academy of 92. This question is for the both of you. So Manchester United have been very vocal about the growth of the women's game. How is that reflected from inside of the club?
Okay, I'll start, Frida, because obviously you're new. I think it's in the conversations you have every day. I don't think it's not just strategy and big strategy. It's actually the conversations that you talk about how we can progress, how we're going to look to grow the women's team in every aspect, not just on the field, off the field as well. It's having support from the top, which I've said this in North, and I know people question. I have absolute faith in the people above me that they have everything interest to grow our team into what we want, which is to be successful on a continuous basis. So I think it's interest as well. It's people being interested. We have all the time people from across the club speaking about our games. Every time I drive in, the security guards have been watching our games. I think it's that awareness and that kind of interest that grows, that you're actually a natural, organic part of the club rather than just be a superficial, forced part. And so, I just think it's those conversations, and we keep them on, and they are daily, by the way. So, we're beavering away right now to try and add to this team in January to keep our run going and support the players that are all doing a fantastic job. Okay.
Hi, I'm Ruby Salford from United as well.
Mark, a number of your players are still relatively new to the campaign. How have you been preparing them for the European ties?
I mean, there's people like Frida next to me. Like, it's just having people, when you look aside, that they just hold themselves with the composure that she does. And I mean that she trusts herself. She knows what she's done. She's been here before. And when you're younger, sometimes you just need that. You just need to turn around and look at somebody, knowing you'll look at these guys here and the experience that these have here. You'll look at them and go and ask them questions, and they just fill you with that, oh, I made that mistake before, and it can help you out. I think it's that. I really do. I just, when I met you, for example, it was just the impressive nature of the person, the human that is sat with me today. So I know that she'll help us lead in those moments where we need it. And we will need it. We will. We're young. We will make mistakes. But I think it's leaning into the fact that you've got experience in the room and enjoying that, I think. Thank you.
My name's Angel. I'm from the Uni of Salford as well. You've previously spoken about controlling the controllables.
Yeah.
How does it affect the squad in preparation for the European fixture?
When you have to control the controllables?
Yeah.
Yeah. The reality of the controllables right now are knowing that we have an opponent that is different every 3-4 days. I think for us it's controlling training. It's making sure messages are not too diverse from who we are, but they might be more specific to the opponent. And I think really just how I help control the controls, I keep the environment stable. My job is to make sure that we don't get too high and we don't get too low, but we are ready and ready to perform. And so that's my job. My job is, I think some coaches do it differently, but mine is to make sure that when there's noise around, that you absorb that noise and make sure that my players can just perform and they don't feel that noise. Okay.
Oh. Hi Mark, Jacob Ramthorpe from Salford Uni. How did it feel knowing that your side will make history by playing in the European fixture at Old Trafford for the first ever time? And how does preparing for this occasion feel?
The same. I know it sounds strange. It feels the same. I think I heard Virgil van Dijk say it the other day that they asked him how they'd recover for the Man City game after their Champions League win at Real Madrid, and he just said, we'll recover. It probably sounds boring, but we'll recover and we'll do the same. It's exactly the same for us. We'll recover, we'll focus, we'll get on to the next task, and that's really how you prepare. And my job is to obviously prepare the team tactically, technically, but also just put them in a space where we pick the right team. I think that's been different. What was the other part of your question, sorry?
The other one's just saying, like, how does it feel knowing that your side will make history by playing in the European fixture at Old Trafford?
It feels wonderful. I always remember, it was ITV at the time, but the Champions League game with the men's, and I always remember them playing Juventus, and Schmeichel's fantastic save, and all of them, you know, the Keane missing out on the final for his tackle. I remember these things, and they live with me in my memory. So for our women's team to do the same and be on those kind of platforms is an incredible privilege for us, and one we won't take lightly. I know we won't. We'll give our absolute all, and if we do and they do, you know, it's going to be an exciting game, and who knows which way it will go.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Charlie from Salford Junior as well.
Hi, Charlie.
You said that PSG are obviously tactically very good and manage and deal with the spaces very well.
Mm-hmm.
And you also said about obviously staying relaxed before the games, like the night before. So when the game kicks off and the ref blows his first whistle, what's the first thing you and the players as well look out for?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things. So the hour or the 45 minutes before kick-off is terrible for a coach because there's nothing you can do. It's actually the most boring time. It's the worst time. I'm trying to find, so if you've got any suggestions, I'm trying to find something to do in that time. We've already done the game plan. What you end up doing is you then go into games. So you don't just wait for the whistle to go. You're looking at how they line up. You're looking at their warm-up. You then look at whether your strategy is right, where the spaces are. Believe it or not, when there's a different stadium around, your spaces are off a little bit or they change a little bit compared to your training field. So just adjusting. First 10 to 15 minutes about adjustment. And then you go from your game plan models into where you think you should be next. Are we hitting the markers? Are we hitting the targets? And then have we started? Who do we need to speak to? All those little factors come to you. You are live. Once the game kicks off, you are live and you are fully... You're in you have to chaos mode because you've got to control as many. There's 11 of us There's 11 of them, and there's a referee on the field, and it's chaos. So you've got to control that as much as you can, but also let the players create magic. I want some of my players to create magic tomorrow night. No, there's no doubt about it. I want to get excited by how good these players are and what they can do to PSG.